In honor of today's topic, I wanted to share our Body Love Club hat. You can support the LGBTQ community within EBDL by purchasing one of these Body Love Club hats. You're gonna catch them on ebdl.org. Thank y'all so much for supporting. Hi everyone, and welcome to another week of EBDL TV live from wherever you're at in the world. Please wear a mask and stay safe. We're so happy that you came here today. Every Monday night at 7 p.m. we drop videos. You know this. Our EBDL TV channel is all about providing you with some insight and positive perspective on situations that may be causing you stress, and hopefully we can inspire you to love yourself just a little bit more. Our questions are beautiful. You submit them every week. Thank you for submitting them at ebdltvlive@gmail.com. That's ebdltvlive@gmail.com. If you have not submitted any questions, feel free to do so. We want to hear from you. We want to help. Every week we have really cool questions, different topics. This week there's a lot of questions about being a part of the queer community and the LGBTQ community. We absolutely love our queer friends here at EBDL. We're all dancing under the same rainbow, and we're just happy that you chose us and you chose this community to feel safe enough to share these questions, and hopefully our panel will give you some really good insight. And if you're not queer or these questions may not apply to you, please share any information that you may have learned throughout this conversation, or anything positive you want to share in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe. Every Monday again at 7 p.m. we're here. All right, enough about us. Let's hit it. Okay, our first question is from Alex, and Alex says, I made a friend in the gaming community. We have gamed together for 3 years and have built a friendship. I think she is starting to crush on me, and I need to tell her that I am gay. It's not like I'm keeping it from her, it just never came up. How do I tell her now? Wow, that's a really good question. This is a really great transition into the show, everybody. What do you have to say to Alex?
Hi, Alex. So I understand that you're a gamer. I've got a son that's a gamer. He's 13 though. So, the world of gaming really is there, right? I think I heard that you have a friend that you met through gaming about 3 years ago, and you guys have developed a friendship and been friends all along during this time, and you feel like maybe she's starting to have a little crush on you, but you're actually gay, and you're like, what can I do? How can I let her know? What's the situation? How she, what's the best way to tell her? And I think, again, it is honesty is the best way to tell her. And I think right now you could bring it up by saying, hey, I think we are really great friends. I think we have a lot of fun together. We obviously have this huge gaming thing in common. And I thought maybe it might be helpful for you to know that, I am really discovering myself and really coming to understand that I am gay, and I would like to, be honest in my relationships and really put the truth out there. So, and I think you can go ahead and, say, I don't want to be misleading or something to that effect as well, because these things do happen, and of course when you have things in common and you enjoy each other, sometimes those feelings do develop, but I think that would be one of the ways that you could approach it, again, like I said, with honesty and some a little bit of fun as well. Okay, thanks for your question.
All right, Alex. So I think you basically just, the way you submitted this question, the way you worded it, is basically how you should tell your friend that you're gay. Like you said, you're not hiding from her. You guys never did or said anything that made... Okay, Joe, fucking delete that. All right, Alex. So basically, what I would do if I were you, I would basically just tell her straight up, like, yo, just so you know, I know it hasn't came up in the past, but things are getting a little out of hand, a little across, a little, I don't even know. But I'd be like, yo, just so you know, I'm gay, and I hope we can still be homies in game after this. Like, that's it. It's not like you're committed to anything or you're committed to anything with her. So just be honest, and yeah, it is what it is. I hope it all goes well and you continue being friends with this person and game all the time. So yeah, peace.
Hey Alex, so what I would do is if I felt that I was friends with someone for 3 years and I felt that they were crushing on me, I have 2 ways that I would go about this, just depending on the friendship that you guys have. I don't know what the communication style is like. So one, you can just kind of subtly throw it in there and just say, like, you know, while you guys are gaming, just be like, hey, so guess what? What? This weekend I have a date. And she's like, oh my God. And you can say, you know, he is so cute. I'm so excited. You know, him and I met this way or that way. And, you know, once you say him, I'm sure she'll kind of hopefully catch on to the hints. And then it could go that she says, like, oh, wait, him? And then you can say, yeah, like, I'm gay. You didn't know? Or it can be, yeah, I did. I'm sorry. Did you not know? I didn't mean to keep that from you. I don't know. I guess we never talked about it. So, but yeah, I'm gay. And then, you know, you can kind of go from there. You are the judgy character in this friendship because only you are going to know your friend the best. So if that option doesn't work and she's more of a conservative friend, then just bite the bullet and say, you know, while you guys are gaming one day or talking, you can say, hey, I wanted to talk to you about something, or I wanted to tell you something. And I don't know if you already know, but I would just feel better sharing it with you. I wasn't trying to keep this from you either, but I just would feel better knowing that you knew and heard it from me. And from then she'll probably say, oh yeah, like, what is it? Or, you know, tell me. And then you can share that with her. So those are my 2 options. That's what I would do. One of those 2, depending on the communication style that you have with your friend. So, and then hopefully, I mean, from there, you never know. It might be like, oh, damn, like, I had this crush and now that's out the window. Or it could be, oh, well, maybe she's just crushing on you as a really good friend, because you guys have a really good friendship. And maybe that's all it is. Maybe it's just that you're misreading vibes because the crush has not been confirmed. I know you said you were feeling like she was having one. So you never know, but have the conversation either way, because even if her dreams and hopes and crush was like completely destroyed by your news, that's okay, because hopefully you guys have a good enough friendship from the past 3 years of being friends that this is not going to affect it. I'm sure we've all had friends that, you know, you have small crushes on, and then you find out that they play for the other team, or you find out that they're unavailable, or that they're already in a relationship, or something happens. Crushes usually never go the way they're supposed to. So don't feel too bad if, you know, it ends up crushing her that she did have a crush on you. Maybe she'll tell you, maybe she won't, but that's okay. She will come back from this, and hopefully your guys' friendship is strong enough to laugh about it and just be like, oh my God, I didn't even know. Like, kudos to you. Have fun on your date. I'm so excited. And then that be that. So that's my best options for you. I really hope that one of those 2 works, but very curious to hear how she reacts. So keep us in the loop and let us know, but don't worry about anything else after telling her. If the friendship and things get a little different, maybe it is just because she's holding back because she did have a crush. So take it as it comes and take it for what it is. But you know what? Hopefully your friendship is as strong as it's been the last 3 years, and you guys continue to be great friends and only become stronger and better after this.
Alex, you are in such a predicament, my friend. That's really a tough one. Oh, I wish you would have just like somehow casually dropped it into the conversation sometime sooner before she started crushing on you. But hey, how are you gonna know that you're so freaking adorable and that people are gonna love you instantly? I would just make sure that you give her a heads up before it's too late. You don't want her feelings to get attached, and you don't want to ruin the friendship. But either way, You don't need to go out to the world and come out every single day. But when it's with someone that's important to you, you should definitely let them know right away. All right, this next question here is from Morgan. Thanks, Morgan, for submitting this question. All right, Morgan says, I work for an accounting firm. Recently, a new hire came in and made it very clear that they are into same-sex relationships. I don't have a problem with that at all, but there has been an inappropriate office chatter about the new employee and their life choices. I find it very offensive. How do I approach this situation? It needs to stop. Morgan, this is a tough one. I also think that sexuality does not belong in the workplace. That's not where you're going to engage in any sexual activity, so there's no need to talk about it when you're at your job. Even though what you do in your bedroom is totally your business, and I support all types of love. All right, y'all, what do you have to say to Morgan?
All right, Morgan. So if I were you, if I were in this situation, if I was at work and some of my coworkers were talking like not good about somebody else at work because of their sexuality of choice, then depending on how close I am to these people, like if I can go up to them and tell them how I feel, depending on your relationship with those people, it depends on what you should do. If you're cool with them, then go and talk to them and give your whatever it is you got to give, your opinion. Or if not, then I would go to any manager. I'd be like, yo, even though this is I would deadass do this. I'd be like, yo, so I'm over here chilling at work, trying to work, you feel me, or whatever it is you're doing, and I keep hearing like the rest of my coworkers talking bad about this person because of their sexuality of choice, and I don't want to come to work listening to that negativity. I don't need that in my life. So, and it's also against policies, like just why would you even, anyways, we'll talk to a manager and see what they do about it. And if that doesn't work, and if you don't care to go up to these people, then you go up to them. Or just go kick it with the other people, the ones they're talking shit about, and be cool with them and fuck those people because we don't need them in our lives. Fuck all that negative shit. We're out here. Peace out.
Morgan, hi. I hear you work for an accounting firm, and recently a new hire came into the office who has relayed that they are into same-sex relationships, and that has created some water cooler gossip around the office, and people are talking about this, and you're perfectly fine with their choices and their disclosure, but you're a little bit concerned about other people having so much commentary around this. And so, yes, the life of an office, politics, so to speak. I think that one of the best things to really do is to stand up for what you believe, and that is, why is anybody talking about this? So, put your beliefs out there and say, listen, everybody's personal life is their personal life and nobody else's business, let alone nobody needs to be commenting on how somebody else lives their life. Everybody makes their own choices, and everybody should do themselves and be happy in how they handle their own personal choices. It's irrelevant to the workplace, and there's really no need for gossip. So I think that that's really where you have to come from, and you just have to let it be known that it makes you feel uncomfortable. If you're standing with a group of two people and somebody brings it up, say, hey, I don't feel comfortable with this conversation because I don't see a need to be talking about the personal choices of our coworker, and leave it at that, and just stick to your guns that you just have to be the person to say something when it doesn't feel right to you. And that would be my suggestion.
Hi, Morgan. So I don't necessarily know how an accounting firm would work, but if I was in a workplace where I heard offensive things being said, I would try to confront it in not not very aggressively, but not too passive either. But I would confront the situation by saying, hey, you guys, you know what? This is a place of business, and that kind of chatter is not appropriate. You know, that kind of chatter is not okay. And whatever your preferences is, you need to keep it to yourself and get to work. Or X, Y, you know what? However you want to word it, that's how I would go about it. If it's so in your face and they're saying it right in front of you, that's what I would do. If you have a department that you can report it to, I would totally report it, because it can also come off as a form of sexual harassment. All of the jargon and the talk that is being said about this new employee is not okay. And I'm assuming that the new employee doesn't know either, which is more hurtful to them. And it's not right. So if you have someone or a department that you can let know what is going on, that's what I would do. Whether it's in person or sending an email or contacting the hotline number, however it is, most departments have, or most jobs have, some type of security like that. So that's the first thing that I would do. If you don't want to get confrontational with the people, I understand that in an accounting firm, I'm pretty sure you don't want to, you know, it's not so, it depends. It could be really big, it could be really small, but either way, you don't want to go about it to where, you know, it's like walking on eggshells with people just because you told them off or you told them how you felt. So, and you also don't want to hurt the new employee's feelings either. So I personally would, again, find a department or a person that you can report this to and let them know what is being said and who said it. If you can't do that, then go up to the person when next time you hear it and let them know, say, hey, can we not talk about that? Because this is a place of business and you need to keep it professional. It's very offensive to this new employee. And personally, I don't appreciate it. So knock it off, or whatever you want to say. That's personally how I would go about it. I have no tolerance for any of that. So those are just some things that I would do. But, I mean, it's also your decision if you want to let the new employee know as well. They might know, they might not know, they might just not care. They might just be like, yeah, so what? Like, I don't care what people say about me. And you know what? It might be a different thing. So, it just depends. I know they're new and I know you're probably still trying to get to know them, but go off of how you feel would be best, because you're the only one in the situation. So, you know, I trust that you'll make the right decision, but definitely stand up and speak up whenever you see something like this, because I'm sure if the roles were reversed and it was you on the other end of this, you would want someone to stand up for you and you would want someone to have your back and, you know, do what is right. So that's what I highly recommend doing. I know it's going to be uncomfortable either way you go, but sometimes you have to do the uncomfortable thing to do what is right. So I hope that helps.
Manuel says, I have been dating Michaela for 6 years, and my cousin recently found out that Michaela was born a man. I have always known this, but I didn't think it was necessary to tell anyone. This is my love, not theirs. Now I have to tell my parents before my cousin does. I don't know where to start. Any advice? Thank you, Manuel, for this question. I think that it's really important that you respect your girl Michaela's truth. Maybe she doesn't want to have her business shared with everyone, you know, and if your cousin does choose to open his mouth, he can get in a lot of trouble. So hopefully he keeps this secret a secret if that's what Michaela wants. Good luck with this one, and I hope that Michaela doesn't get hurt in the process.
Hi, Manuel. Okay, so the fact that your cousin found out, however he found out, that to me in itself, the fact that he might go and tell your parents is just a little disturbing on your cousin's part, because as your cousin, you know, you should have your cousin's back and not say anything, or, you know, not have it even make a difference. That's your personal life. You are so right. It's not their love. It's your love and it's your life, and it's how you choose to go about it. Unfortunately, if you're trying to prevent your parents from finding out from someone else, then the easiest way to go about it is by having a delicate conversation with them. If they already love Michaela the way she is, then hopefully they shouldn't have any other different way of loving her than they already have. Just because she was born a different gender does not change anything about how you feel, how she feels, how they should feel. It shouldn't matter. As long as you're happy and you both are healthy and you both are in love and taken care of, that's the most important part. So in having this conversation with your parents, I would sit down and I would say, you know, Mom and Dad, like, you guys like Michaela, right? And then they're going to say, assuming they're going to say, yeah, of course, why wouldn't we? And you say, all the great qualities that I love about her are X, Y, and Z. And I'm so happy. This is how I feel. This is what it is. And I want to share something with you guys. And if you already feel the way you feel now, it shouldn't change the way you see her with what I'm about to tell you. And, they may be, oh, what is it? What's going on? And just say it delicately. Just say, you know what, this is what it was. I felt that I didn't have to share this because, again, it is my life. And I want you all to know that I'm happy and I'm healthy and it's okay and I'm in love. And I already knew this from the beginning. It wasn't a secret to me, but it's my life at the end of the day. And I'm just choosing to share this secret with you in hopes that you won't misjudge her or take it and turn this into something that it shouldn't be. So maybe positioning it that way, try to position it delicately, because again, it could be, depending on your parents, it could be a bit of a shock to them, but at the end of the day, you already knew, and it's your life and it's your love. So give them a little bit of time to come around to the fact. If worst case scenario, they don't take it the way you want them to take it. Best case scenario, they are like, oh my God, we didn't even know that. What does it matter? That's amazing. Thank you for sharing it. We love her no less. And you guys all go about your day. That would be the best outcome. So that is the outcome that I'm hoping for you. And if it doesn't go that route, just give them a little bit of space, give them a little bit of time so that this way they can adjust to the new finding. It can be a little shocking. It can be, you're their baby boy. They love you. So they're going to love you no matter what, regardless. And as long as you're happy at the end of the day, it may be a little bit of hard information for them to accept, but they will love you no matter what, I promise you. So have a delicate conversation in that way. I don't know if you want to maybe talk to them with Michaela in the room or without Michaela in the room. My personal suggestion would be without Michaela, just because it's your parents and you might want to have that moment. But before talking to them, I would also sit down with Michaela and let her know, and then talk to her and see what she feels, because it is her secret, and you also want to make sure that she's comfortable, whether she wants to be there or not be there, or how she wants to go about the situation too. So communicate with your partner, try to find the best way to go about it, but break it down delicately. And I wish you all nothing but the best. And this is an amazing question. And I know you guys will get over this hurdle together. But remember that does not change anything. No amount of love, no amount of well-being and happiness. And I wish you both the absolute best.
Hi everyone, I'm Beth, and on EVDL panel this week, we are talking about Pride, because we're still in Pride Month. And I just wanted to say that I'm kind of dressed slightly flamboyantly with what I think are some colors of the rainbow. Don't quite have all of them, but have a bunch. And so I thought I was just a little festively dressed today. So I just wanted to give a shout out for that. Our first question that I'm going to answer is from Manuel, and I believe he has, his partner is Michaela. And recently, they've been dating for a while, and recently his cousin found out that Michaela was actually born different sex. And so now he's felt that this has been, his own personal business between him and his partner, and now the cousin has found out, and he's concerned about how does he relay that information to his parents, in concern that his cousin is going to beat him to it. So I think basically you have to be honest, and you have to say, listen, mom and dad, I really, or whoever it is that you feel is important to be in the know in the family, because as you said, this is your personal relationship and your personal business, and you love this person, and it's not an issue to you, so why should it be an issue to others? And you have to do you, and you have to support what really feeds your soul. So there's that. But I think that if you feel that because you want to make sure that it does come from you, that perhaps you just have to go for it and give the lay it out there and give your feelings of that. I never felt that this was an issue for me. I don't feel, this is a personal decision that my partner has lived with, and I'm accepting of it, and we are in this together, and I need your support. And that's it. Hopefully there's already a relationship with your partner there, and they will be able to really think about it from Michaela's perspective, and won't be maybe perhaps as judgmental as they may have been if it was somebody they didn't know. And so that's what my suggestion would be, to really just go toward them with the open, honest truth, and really how you feel that this is your personal life, and you're comfortable in it, and you hope that they can accept your decisions. Good luck with that, Manuel.
Shout out to you for loving people no matter who they are, because I think love is love no matter what. So that's great. And so you're having problems with your cousin because your partner is basically transgender. Well, what I would say to your cousin is, first of all, that is none of your cousin's business. So let him know straight up, like, yo, this is my business. It has nothing to do with you. So cool, you can have your opinion, but it doesn't mean you can go out and fucking spread my motherfucking business like that. It's basically what I would do. And then from there, I would maybe consider telling my family. Now that one of my family member knows, why not tell everybody? I mean, I know it's kind of hard. It's not that easy, but it's still something you can consider. And if you're happy and proud, why not? Peace out.
This next question is from Carrie. Carrie and her wife have a 5-year-old daughter. They recently took her to school, and the reaction from the other moms was different, and she didn't know how to respond. So this is what Carrie had to say. Carrie says, "My partner and I recently went back to school for our 5-year-old. There were a few other families who saw us all together. No one said anything to us directly, but the other kids started teasing and asking our child where his daddy was and why he has 2 moms. He personally has never expressed any issue with our lifestyle. I think the kids teasing him is bothering him. What would you do?" Okay, I'm gonna read that last part one more time. "No one said anything to us directly, but the other kids started teasing and asking our child where his daddy was and why he has 2 moms. He personally has never expressed any issue with our lifestyle. I think the kids teasing is bothering him. What would you do?" Well, first of all, Carrie, bullying is not okay. It does not matter if your baby girl or your baby boy has 2 moms. Teasing is never okay. So I would take that to the school. And if these kids are particularly discriminating against your kid because he has 2 lesbian moms or she has 2 lesbian moms, that's an even bigger issue at hand. That could be as big as a hate crime. So let's make sure we go talk to our baby girl or baby boy. I think she said, she was telling me she needs support with her. Okay. So you have a daughter, I think. Anyways, make sure you talk to your kid. You have to talk to your kid. Make sure they're okay. Ask them how you would like them to, maybe she has some insight. Maybe she wants to share something with you. And then take that information and just make your best mama bear decision. Just make sure that you're protecting your kid. And if it continues, talk to the school, because you do not deserve that, honey. All right, let's see what the other panelists have to say.
Hi, Carrie. I'm Beth, and I understand that you have a 5-year-old son. You went back to his back-to-school night, and you brought your same-sex partner with you, and people hadn't seen you together before, and so now your son has been questioned, oh, where's your daddy? And maybe been teased a little, and it hasn't been an issue for him before, but now he's maybe a little concerned because he is getting some feedback from the other children. And so I would say this is common, and this is welcome to the world of school, where children learn all kinds of things that you never wanted them to know. So, and they're exposed to other people's opinions and thoughts and family ideals and all of that. But I think you'll agree that, in today's day, we have so many varieties of what a family looks like. And, I think he can lead with that and say, I have a unique family. I have 2 moms and I'm happy. And, maybe you can give him some verbiage around what's great about having 2 moms, because there definitely are a few things, right? I think that also you can encourage him to be honest with the other children, because that's how we really come to understand each other. The other children may have questions. They've never heard of this before, maybe, and so I think that anytime we can put a voice to a situation, it really helps us to understand. So I think if you can work with him on some narrative around how does he respond to the other children, and that, what are the reasons why he is blessed in this situation, I think that will really help him and encourage him going forward. Thanks, Carrie.
Hi, Carrie. So if this was my child and my 5-year-old, I would personally start with books first, because you as the adult here already understand that your relationship is not the stereotypical relationship. So you are, kudos to you, because you and your partner are always going to be the ones on the runt end of the stick. You guys are always going to be having to battle these looks and these whispers and these stereotypical judgments that you get just from looks from at schools and out in public and wherever. And you know what? To break that, it's becoming confident in your relationship, and it's becoming confident in who you guys are, and that level needs to be passed down to your 5-year-old. And in order to do that, you guys need to educate him on it. It's never bothered him until now, because your son has been raised by great parents and has been raised to know that love between 2 people does not have to be defined by gender. And kudos to you, Carrie, and your partner for doing that, because that is the pure love and innocence that we want in all children, is to be accepting no matter what the color of our skin is or what the gender of that we are. And the love just comes from your soul and from the connection that you have with someone. It doesn't matter what gender or color they are. And that is what you need to implement into his life again, but you need to do it at a way that it relates to other people too. So break it down. Tell him, listen, not every family has 2 moms. Not every family has a mom and a dad. Not every family is going to have 2 dads. Everybody is different, and everyone is different when it comes to love, and some people love different people. I love your mom and your mom loves me, and that is 2 people who love each other is okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I think that's a level of education that you have to kind of implement with your 5-year-old. You have to remember, at 5, they're so innocent and pure, but they're like sponges. They just are dying to learn everything. And this is the time to take advantage of their brain and really teach them all the things about love and all the things about the world and how it's gotten this far and how much has changed. And although he is 5, depending on how you see it, I know that some people think that that's a little young to start. I personally don't. I think it's great to start implementing all these teachings right now, because as they get older, they're going to be in school, and they're going to get, unfortunately, they're going to be around kids who are going to tease them, who are going to bully them, who are going to tell them things. But your son needs to learn that it's okay to accept others for their preferences and how they feel, and not let it cloud his own. If that makes any sense. So it's almost as if, he can find this level of confidence within both of his moms raising him and being the best that he can be, and saying, yeah, I have 2 moms, and what? Like, that's okay. And you have a mom and a dad. Good for you. I'm glad you have 2 people that love each other. My mom and mom love me, just like your mom and dad love you, just like that girl's dads love them. Like, that needs to be the level where your son reaches, and he's only going to get there through both of you guys. So hopefully you can find educational books on this. I have seen some on Amazon. They're amazing. They're so nice, and they're so visually easy to understand, and it breaks it down into a nice storyline that's easy and relatable for them for kids of that age to understand. So I think try looking for, equal love books and sexual equality. That will definitely help his brain kind of grasp the understanding of why other people or why other kids are teasing him. I hate that happened to him, and I hate that it happened to you guys, but I know through education, he will be strong enough to know that that'll be okay. And he's not going to let that bother him, because you have a beautiful family and you are raising your son so well. If he's unbothered by this, then you have done your part to let him know that love is all that matters, not genders. And I give you guys so much kudos for that, because it's the hardest thing to overcome. I'm imagining in the gay community, it's not easy to do that. And you guys face these challenges endlessly, but you've done such a great job with your child. So only continue to elevate on that and keep educating him on it, so that this way he will be confident enough to stand up to those kids and say, so what? That would be my take on it. If I had a child, that's the route I would go. But I hope that something of that sticks. Have the conversations, have the teachings, ask him how he feels, ask him how it makes him feel. So this way you can really get into his head and have him form his own opinion as well. It will only help you guys and help him as a whole understand society and find his place and find his own feelings on how he feels about everything around him, and you guys' own relationship too. So great question. Thank you again for bringing this to light. I hope it not only helps you, but many others out there that are facing the same struggle as you.
All right, Carrie, what's up? I really love your question, because this question can probably be relatable to many of the people out here in this world who have children and parents are the same gender. So your child is being bullied at school because of your sexuality. First things first, remind your child that first things first. The greatest thing is that your child had never had a problem with you and your partner being the same gender. So that's number one, really amazing. Shout out to that, and shout out to you for being such a role model and allowing your child to have a different perspective in life than what society has created, with stigmas and what things are supposed to look like and what things are supposed to be. So shout out to you. I'm proud of that, and I'm happy for you. So your child is being bullied at school because of your sexuality. Remind your child that love is love, and there's nothing wrong with being in love with the same gender. And I'm sure your child already knows that, considering he loves you or she loves you, and they have no problem with that. And this is an opportunity for your child to possibly educate the other kid, because obviously the other kids are not as open-minded to certain things, and it's not their fault. It's just they weren't raised in a household like that. But just remind your kid to just be confident and not be embarrassed or shy about anything, that everything is the way it is, and not everybody has the same lifestyle. And just tell your child to never apologize for the situation that they're in, and to just be honest and say that they love you. And maybe since your child would be standing up to themselves, the other kids wouldn't be too like, yo, keep bugging him or none of that, you feel me? So yeah, that's what I would do. See you later, Carrie.
All right, everyone, the next question is from Joanna. Joanna is asking us about why she may be having some troubles going to a pride parade. Is she out of the closet? Is she not out of the closet? I don't know. None of my business. But let's see if we can help her. Here's her question. Joanna says, a friend of mine has been asking me to go to a pride march for years. I have always had other plans, but this year she has put more pressure on me. She is telling me she needs me to go with her for support. I don't even know why I haven't gone thus far, but something is holding me back. What should I do? All right, Joanna, it looks like your friend is calling and she needs your support. Why is it that going to the march makes you so uncomfortable? You must ask these questions to yourself. Hopefully the panelists have some good advice for you.
Joanna, your friend has been asking you to go to Pride with them for the past couple years, or I don't know how long, but it's happened in the past, and you said no because you got other plans. The fuck? But anyways, you don't know why you haven't gone, you don't know what's holding you back, and you want to know what you should do in this situation. Well, I think you should stop holding yourself back, because the only thing that holds you back is yourself. Whatever is running through your mind and whatever is holding you back, you need to let it go, unless it's something serious that you want to talk about with your friend. Other than that, I think you should go with your friend, and if you don't want to go for any other reason, have that conversation with your friend, be honest, and see what happens next. Because if I was your friend and I'd asked you so many times that I wanted you to come with me and you would say no because you had other things to do, and now that you're not busy, you still kind of hesitant, I'd be like, yo, what's the deal? Like, do you feel some type of way about being around like all these people out here in Pride, or what's the deal? Like, I would assume something else, even though assuming isn't it. This is why I'd be asking you questions. But yeah, just keep it 100, keep it real, and who knows, maybe if you go you'll like it and you'll want to go every year. Peace out.
Hi, Joanna. I understand that you have a friend who is going to march at the Gay Pride parade and wants you to come with her. And in the past, you haven't come, and you have always, found a way to have other plans. But this year, she really feels like she needs your support, and you are not sure what to do about it because you're still not feeling comfortable about going, and you're not sure why that is. So what I would say is, right now, with everything that is going on in the world, we are learning so much about growth and personal development, and really what our biases are, and how can we look at those and maybe be more open-minded and that kind of thing. And I would say, what is it, do you think, that's holding you back? Are you concerned that if you go, maybe somebody is going to think that you guys are a couple, but you're really just friends? Are you concerned that your friend is going to think that you're a couple, but you're really just friends? Are you concerned that, it's a big crowd and you don't like crowds? Are you concerned for your safety because, it's Corona, and, should people really be out in the masses so close together with social distancing still, really suggested as being in effect? What are the reasons? And I think once you come down to what the reasons are, you can be honest with your friend and you can let your friend know. But you can also think about it and say, you know what, if I had something that was really important to me and I felt like I needed the support, could I count on my friend to go with me? And maybe sometimes we have to go outside of ourselves and see what is it like to be a friend. And one of the tenets of being friends is really to support each other, right? To lift each other up, to be with each other through thick and thin. And so maybe just it's out of your comfort zone for many reasons, and this would be a growth opportunity for you as well, if it was not that you were really concerned about the the pandemic issues that are around going to a big gathering at this time. So that's what I would say. Those are the things, you have a little soul searching to do, but again, it's always best if you approach your friend with as much honesty and truth as you can, and really let your feelings be known.
Hi, Joanna. I would identify within myself first what's holding me back. Why are you not going to the Pride March? What is your concern? What are you afraid of? What is it that you think is at Pride that is scaring you, or within yourself? I personally have a best friend who didn't go to Pride, and it took me a little bit to get him to go. And once I got him to go, once he you know, I hope I didn't pressure him, but I had mentioned it, I think at least 2 years in a row. And then I had said, hey, like, we should go. And he had given me the same excuse, like, you know, oh, I don't, maybe next year, or I'm busy, or I can't, or I'm just not feeling it. Eventually he found a year that he was comfortable enough to go, and he said, let's do it. And I was like, okay, let's go. We volunteered through the company that we used to work for, and he had the best day. He was just like so liberated, and he just, you know, we walked and we marched, and it was just so nice. We did it in Hollywood, and it was such a memorable experience, and it made it more memorable for me because it was his first Pride, and he let me be a part of that. And I will forever be grateful and honored that he let me. And it's just, he reached a new level within himself that he was comfortable with his own person, with his own sexual preference. And sometimes, not trying to speak for you, but sometimes I think it's just hard for us to identify that, and you're just not ready to share that personal and that intimate feeling and preference with the world. That's all. I think that's what it was for my best friend. He just wasn't ready. Like, after when we talked about it, he thanked me. He was so happy, and he was like, I would not have shared this experience with anyone else. I'm so happy that you got me to come out, and like, you know, I feel so good, and I want to go to all different kinds of prides. And I was like super happy about that, because it's such a meaningful experience when you go with the right people. So, maybe it's not for you this year, maybe not even the next, but maybe once you really find the person that you feel the most comfortable with and who you can be yourself with, and not feel that pressure to go, but make the decision on your own when you are comfortable enough to go, I promise you, the buildup is, I think you're holding yourself back. The buildup is always in our head. It's so nice though to share the experience with other people who are just like you, and who are not like you. That's the beauty of Pride, is that everyone can come together. No judgment, no tearing people apart, no, you know, no stereotypes. It's just so nice, and it's so liberating. It is one of the most beautiful experiences you can ever have. So I do highly suggest you do go, but go when you're ready to go. Go with someone who, you know, is like your other half, like your soul sister, you know, your partner, whatever it is. Find the person that you can look back on this in 20 years from now and say, thank you for taking me. I had such a great experience. Ever since I went with my best friend, it's meant more to me. The Pride March itself meant more to me because I was able to share it with someone in that community, and I just saw them light up, and it just lit me up, and it was just really nice. It's a really nice moment to share. So again, if you're not ready to go, maybe it's just that something within yourself and your own sexual preference that you're just not ready to share with the whole world yet, or all those people at the Pride March, and that's okay. You don't have to be ready just now. And if that's how if your friend keeps pressuring you, and that's how you feel, let your friend know, hey, I'm just not comfortable going out and doing that just yet. I'm just not ready. I'm just not there yet. I'm not on your level yet to be out and about and celebrating it just yet. Like, and that has to be okay. And your friend should respect that. I'm sure they will. Tell them, I always support you and I always care about you. I just don't want to go. And that is okay. So I hope one year you're able to find that person and enough courage to go, because I truly think it's just yourself holding you back. But once you kind of let that guard down and just go and be free for the day and do that march, it'll be one of the most memorable moments that you'll ever share. I promise you. So it's okay. Don't feel pressured. Celebrate from afar in however you choose to do that, and know that you don't have to do anything you're not ready to do, because it is your own preference and on your own time.
All right, everyone, that is a wrap. Thank y'all so much for watching our show. If you have not already subscribed, please do. There's also a bell down below. You can click it and it'll notify you for the next videos that we drop. We're really trying some different things here with the show. Remember that we are here to empower self-love and support you emotionally and maybe mentally, but we are not doctors. We are not psychiatrists. We are just here sharing our individual perspectives, and hopefully we can relieve you from some stress. I hope you take some of the tools and techniques and some ideas here and you implement them. If there was anything that you didn't like here, also feel free to share that below. If you have any comments or suggestions, please comment below or email us at ebdltvlive@gmail.com. And remember that you deserve to love yourself and that everybody deserves love. We're gonna get a better line, but that's all we got for now. Bye everyone, see you next week.